We've all had whiskey in wine casks before, but have you ever tried one finished in a South African grape that was once called a love child of Pinot Noir and Cinsault? Today, I'm cracking open Glenlivet's Pinotage cask, and if you like wine cask finishes like I do, you'll want to look a little more closely at Glenlivet. To start though, let's talk about Oliver, BC, where Stoneboat Vineyards Pinotage barrels meet a small batch spirit from Tumbleweed Spirits. Before we go on, let me know though, do you have a favorite wine cask finish? Glenlivet here is an independent bottler tapping into whiskey from Tumbleweed Spirits. They are a small craft distillery known for their clean, locally made, grain-driven distillate. I've yet to review Tumbleweed, but I remember a few years ago trying their very first release of whiskey, and it was definitely surprising. It had this unique, grainy palate to it. Tumbleweed Spirits is located in Osoyoos, which is considered actually to be Canada's only true desert environment, and is part of the northern tip of the Great Basin Desert. That of course stretches all the way up from the US. If you haven't been there, think lots of sagebrush, prickly pear cactus, and antelope brush. Of course, with dry, hot summers. With that, of course, fantastic wine is grown there, with very carefully irrigated systems to control the water and the grapes. This release here is finished in casks that once held Pinotage wine from Stoneboat Vineyards. Before I go too far, if you're enjoying my Canadian whiskey reviews, please share this with someone and hit the like and subscribe button. But okay, let's get back to it. Stoneboat's story starts with someone named Lanny in the 1980s. His first finds, unfortunately, were wiped out in, I think it was 1983, by an early cold snap. And remember how Oliver is a desert? Well, the planting site meant pounding posts into a rocky soil so stubborn he had to use a sharpened steel train rail just to break it up. After years of work, the main vineyard was planted in 1992. In 1998, Lanny bought the Orchard Grove site on a handshake. That is now home to the winery and its Pinot Noir, Pinot Gris, and Pinotage plantings. Pinotage was first brought to the Okanagan Valley in the 1990s by South African owners at Lake Breeze. Lanny helped propagate their vines and decided to graft some for himself. He already had a passion for Pinot varietals, I just mentioned that, and Pinotage offered something special, a hardier vine for Okanagan winters with a complex flavor profile that can handle late picking and even ice wine production. Now, wine cask finishing is popular in whiskey. It adds layers of fruit, spice, tannin, and of course, like this one, a story. It's a way to link place to the spirit. And here, that place is a desert vineyard making one of Canada's rarest red wines. The robust, earthy, chocolate and fig character of Pinotage brings a unique twist to a grain spirit. So, when Glenlivet's Jamie approached Stoneboat, they didn't go for the obvious Pinot Noir finish. Instead, they chose Pinotage for its more complex and robust impact. This release is non-colored, non-chill filtered, aged 5 years new American oak, then finished in a wine cask for an additional 4 to 5 months. We're looking at 42% here, so let's go to pour. It's got a really dark amber color, really quite dark. Oh, okay. The nose is really nice. You get a familiar tumbleweed biscuit and honey, then this wave of ripe red fruit, cherries and plums, blackberries, something slightly like a smoky earth. Maybe that's from the Pinotage. Okay, the first sip, there's a sweetness, juicy berries, cherries dipped in, something like a bitter dark chocolate, a bit of chewy caramel. There's also this earthiness, leather, tobacco, maybe that's from the Pinotage. The grain spirit's light, but the wine I think maybe gives it a bit of weight to it. The finish is really nice. It sort of lingers here with dry cranberry, a little bit of oak, some baking spice. Yeah, it's nice. Interesting sort of sweetness, berries, and earthiness. Glenlivet's Pinotage finished whiskey, I think, shows exactly why independent bottling is so exciting. They marry a craft spirit from Tumbleweed Spirits and a rare local Pinotage wine from Stoneboat Vineyards, a whiskey sort of rich and regional character, and of course history. If you are curious about what wine cask finishing can bring, especially something unique like Pinotage here, this bottle is certainly worth taking a look at. I think there are only less than 300 of them. Coming up though, I'll be reviewing more of Glen Niev's finishes. We'll have their Syrah and Cab Franc from different wineries. I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you have a favorite wine cask finish? Let me know in the comments below. I am gonna go sit on the patio and enjoy this. Thanks for watching. See you soon.